thorns of the crown. No one alive remembers the last time the royal bloodline bore children without stone in their bones. The curse began 300 years ago, on a rain-soaked day when Queen Alira condemned a village witch to death for treason. They say the woman stood silent as the flames licked her skin, but just before the fire took her eyes, she whispered a promise. "Let stone bleed through your children's veins until the line knows mercy." Since then, every heir to the throne of Velden has been born with a marked bone that turned to gray stone before they could speak, skin that cracked like marble by adolescence, and a slow, merciless rigidity that ended in paralysis by 30. Not one monarch has reigned longer than 20 years. Now, Queen Seris stands on the same balcony where her ancestors condemned the witch, watching the city glitter below like broken glass. She's 25 and already feels the stiffness in her spine each morning. It's subtle still, ignorable, but she knows what comes next. Her left pinky has gone cold. Her joints ache when it rains. Her doctors speak gently now, as if trying not to disturb a sleepwalker. The people love her, or so they say, and she's fought hard to deserve it. She's passed laws her predecessors only promised, rebuilt the harbor, and brought peace with the eastern provinces. But love from the people doesn't slow the curse. Neither does prayer, nor gold, nor the dozens of blood rituals her desperate advisors once whispered about behind thick velvet curtains. There is only one path left: find the witch's descendant. Old records call her Mara Blackamoor, a folk healer, midwife, and outcast from the forested province of Glen. The name faded from records after the burning, but Seris finds one reference in a forgotten ledger: a daughter who escaped the night soldiers came. From there, only whispers: a hermit in the northern woodlands, a healer in the marshes, a crone who speaks to wolves. Most think she's long dead, but Seris knows this isn't a curse meant to end with silence. It wants something. She leaves the castle in secret, taking only her captain of guard and a worn map. For the first time in her life, the queen rides without banner or escort, wearing common leathers and no crown. Each innkeeper stares too long at her face. Each barkeep narrows their eyes like they've seen her somewhere before. But the journey gives her something the palace never did: space to breathe, to feel ordinary, to feel mortal. It takes them 16 days to reach the swampwood where the old woman lives. They find her on a fog-wrapped morning, sitting in front of a hut that leans like a drunken man. She's older than the trees and younger than time, her eyes bright as winter stars, her hair a cascade of bone-white braids. She says nothing when Seris approaches. She only watches, her fingers stroking the head of a crow perched on her shoulder. Seris speaks plainly. "I am Queen Seris of Velden. My bones are turning to stone. I believe your ancestor cursed my family. I've come to ask what you want to end it." The woman tilts her head. "You think I want something?" Seris hesitates. "Don't all curses?" The woman smiles slow and knowing. "The curse is not a bargain, child. It's a warning that was never heeded. Mercy, not payment, is what she asked for, but your family gave none." And then she gestures for Seris to sit. In the hut, there are no potions, no bubbling cauldrons or walls lined with spellbooks. Only silence, thick as velvet, and the low creak of the wind through the trees. The woman tells her a story, not a spell, not a prophecy, but a memory. Of Mara Blackamoor, who lost a child to a royal tax soldier. of a village burned for housing refugees, of mercy begged and denied. "You are not guilty of your ancestors' crimes," the woman says, "but you are not free of them either. You inherited their crown. You inherited the curse." Seris asks, "What would mercy look like now?" The answer comes not in words, but in a vision. The woman lays her hand on Seris's chest, and the queen is no longer in the hut. She's in a stone chamber filled with children orphaned by war, a battlefield soaked in rain and blood, a courtroom where nobles laugh while peasants starve. She sees all the places her kingdom still fails, still turns away. Mercy is not pity, it's not charity. It's justice with its hands in the dirt. When the vision ends, Seris is weeping, and the woman is gone. They search for her for 3 days. The hut is empty. No footprints remain. The crow circles above once, then disappears into the clouds. Seris returns to the city, but something has changed. A month later, she dissolves the noble council and replaces them with elected representatives from every province. She opens the royal vaults to fund schools, hospitals, and reparations for war-torn villages. She abdicates the throne's absolute authority, redistributing it piece by piece. Her advisors call it madness. Her people call it revolution. She calls it mercy. And slowly and possibly the stone in her bones begins to warm. Her pinky flexes one morning, painlessly. Her spine no longer stiffens with the dawn. The doctors say nothing because they don't believe it. But she knows the curse is not gone, it sleeps. And if the crown forgets again, it will wake. She wears no crown now, only a silver pin shaped like a thorn. To remember